this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to make the effect of a gift wrapping all on its own and then being tied up with some ribbon and a nice little bow being added to the end. If you don't have our app Life Lapse yet, please give it a download. It's our stop motion app and it's what we're using to create this video. Here's a behind the scenes lookup of our setup. Please excuse all the dishes on the right hand side. We are going to put our phone on the edge of the kitchen cabinet, so we're shooting straight down. It's important that you do not move your phone while you're filming. The only thing that should be moving is your objects coming in and out of the scene. I also have a light here, which I will link down below. If you don't have a light like this, no worries. Just use your kitchen light that you have or a household lamp. I highly recommend not shooting with daylight because it's not consistent. So what I mean by it's not consistent is, let's say you're shooting this for 10 minutes. When you start shooting, the sun is not behind the clouds, and then by the time you get to the end, it is behind the clouds. And then when you play this video back at a high speed, you're going to get a flickering light look on your video, which is not very professional looking, and it's just not appealing at all. So use a household lamp. We have features in our editor so that you can brighten everything up after if you find that your place is too dark. On the note of lighting, make sure your auto white balance and your exposure is locked. This is so that the background is consistently lit, so when things get added in or removed, again, you're avoiding that flickering light. If they're not locked, it's just going to auto expose and brighten and darken as things get added, again causing that flickering light look. So we're going to take our first photo with the frame completely empty, and then we are having our gift slowly come in. Mine is ultrasound that is in a frame. I'm actually pregnant with twins, so I thought this would be a fun gift to wrap. So I am playing this at a 2x speed, so it's playing 2 times faster than I actually shot it. It took about 15 minutes to shoot and edit all together. So we're having the frame come in first. I have my grid enabled, as you can see, to help me make sure as I'm animating it in, it stays on that straight line there. And now we are going to bring the wrapping paper in, which is all pre-cut. I did all my measurements beforehand. The ghost feature is going to come in really handy for this because as you lift the frame to add things like the ribbon and the wrapping paper underneath, you're going to want to make sure that it goes back to where it was. So it looks like the frame isn't moving and the wrapping paper is just getting added to the bottom here. If you have a larger gift that's too big to go on the kitchen counter, use the edge of a desk or a dining room table and shoot down onto your floor. That'll give you more space to play around with. You can use your floor as a background or get some foam core from a craft store. So now that the wrapping paper's in, we are going to tape one side of it. Actually, I lied. I'm having my finger come in and I'm going to tap it and then I'm going to switch it and put it back to where it was using the ghost feature. So it looks like it turns over at the tap of my finger, taking a photo, and then slowly removing my finger, taking a bunch of photos, because even though I have awful gift wrapping skills, I do have the basic knowledge to put the tape and all that ugly stuff on the back of the gift. Now remember how I said I made all the dimensions? I obviously made it too big, so I just cut a little bit off the end there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get tape, make a little circle, and then I'm using that underneath to help me stick it to the frame. So it looks like I can do this in stages versus just having it at the end. It wasn't staying when I folded it over and didn't use the tape underneath. So I just made a loop with the tape and it's underneath. You can't see it, but that kind of helps give the effect that it's animating to the end versus just having it from one end and then it magically appears on the other without the in-between stages of it getting there, if that makes any sense. So now I'm wrapping each corner, taking a picture. Now I'm going to tape this edge, take a picture, and repeat that process at the top. You can really start to see my awful gift wrapping skills here. I did not center the paper, as you can see. Oh my goodness, I probably should have looked at a gift wrapping tutorial before I'm teaching one on how to create a video with it, but Yeah, maybe you guys can do that if you want your gift wrapping to look better than mine, which I don't think will be hard to do because it's pretty awful. Anyway, enough bashing on my awful gift wrapping skills. Now let's add the ribbon in. It's upside down because what we're going to do is it's going to tilt over. You'll see in a second here. And again, using this ghost feature to help align the gift back up as the ribbon gets added underneath. So it looks like the gift isn't moving at all between each shot, and it's just the ribbon that's getting added. And I'm doing like pretty big movements between each one because I want this to go pretty quickly here. If you wanted to show the process a lot smoother and for it to go on longer, you would just do smaller movements between each shot. Right, so I'm attempting to make sure the ribbon is centered so that there's the same amount on each side on the left and right. And then I'm slowly folding them over and we're going to twist it in the center and go in the opposite direction here. So you'll see here, like that. This ribbon was pretty friendly in the sense that when I did this thing and tried to tie it to the side, it stayed without needing much tape or anything. I think if you have softer ribbon, this might be harder to do. Like that, and then the present moved a bit, so I'm just realigning it. And then what I'm doing is I'm just switching it so that it's the nice side that's up. I didn't do any like tapping of the fingers this time. I want it to be pretty quick. So, yep, just did that. Now we're gonna add it to the bottom because we still need to add our bow, so I'm not too worried about the ribbon. What it looks like here on the end. We don't need to make sure it's like the perfect seam or anything. This was a little tricky. I had to like tape it and then put some tape underneath so that it would stay in place and it wasn't coming loose on the edges. Just slowly add your finger a little bit, take a photo, add your finger, tap it. Once you tap, remove the object, or add the object in our case with the bow, and then remove the finger. And ta-da, we're done. Now we're gonna just animate it out. Since it starts with an empty frame, I want it to also end with an empty frame so that it has more fluid motion as it loops on the old Instagram. Now for editing, first thing I know we need to do is increase our speed. So I'll play it back to you at the speed that it's set to here, just so you can see how slow it is and what a difference it makes. Really knowing your settings and how to edit your stop motion video. My beautiful gift wrapping skills on display for everyone. All right, we're gonna increase the brightness as I always do. I love just giving it that extra pop. We are also going to add some holiday music here. We do have a huge library of songs, royalty-free songs that you can use, so feel free to go through and add it. Really bring that festive joy to the next level here. Once you have your song chosen, click the save button on the top right and you're good to go. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please smash that like button. It really helps our brand grow and get these tutorials in front of more eyes. If you recreate this video and post it to social media, I would absolutely love to see what you've created. Please tag and follow us at LifeLapsApp for a chance to get featured on our Instagram page. Do you want to learn how to create really eye-catching videos all from your phone? Please subscribe to our YouTube channel as we're always putting out more stop motion video tutorials. Thanks for watching.